A fight over post office funding with potential implications for the election is interfering with congressional talks to renew coronavirus aid. President Trump rejects the Democrats' demand for $25 billion in emergency funding for the U.S. Postal Service, plus another $3.6 billion to help states process mail-in ballots in November. Ben Tracy is at the White House. Ben, how is the president using politics to say no?
Well, this is money that the Postal Service says that it needs, especially to handle what is expected to be a record number of people voting by mail because of the pandemic. But President Trump is now making it very clear that he doesn't want to do anything to make voting by mail any easier.
They can be forged. They can be captured. They can be taken.
President Trump continues to make unfounded claims about mail-in voting. In an interview Thursday, he admitted the Postal Service needs more money to handle ballots in November, but he doesn't necessarily want to provide it.
Now, they need that money in order to have the post office work so it can take all of these millions and millions of ballots. If we don't make a deal, that means they don't get the money.
But then at the White House, the president said he won't veto a stimulus bill just because it has funding for the post office, but that the Democrats are asking for too much. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi questions whether the White House really wants to make a deal.
Perhaps you mistook them for somebody who gave a damn. That isn't the case.
Democrats are also questioning the motives of the new Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy. DeJoy is a major Republican donor who has given more than $1 million to the Trump Victory Fund.
When I see problems, I work to solve them.
CBS News has learned that after he took over the Postal Service in June, he implemented cost-cutting measures that have led to delays in mail delivery. This internal Postal Service directive obtained by CBS News details an operational pivot in which we may see mail left behind or mail on the workroom floor or docks, which is not typical. DeJoy declined our request for an interview, but in a statement said, despite any assertions to the contrary, we are not slowing down election mail or any other mail.
Now, in recent elections with a lot of mail-in ballots, there have been some delays in vote counting, but no evidence of fraud. Despite his continued attacks on mail-in voting, records show that the president and the first lady just requested mail-in ballots for Florida's upcoming primary election. Anthony.
Ben, thank you.